secured by armed force. Those who conformed had nothing to fear. But what of those who refused blind obedience? Many of them were unwilling to give up their traditional faith. In the new capital, they still prayed to the old gods. Turning to their gods with requests and prayers consoled them in their everyday cares and sorrows. Despite the constant danger of being discovered, they continued with their sacrificial offerings. This was proved by a find from the ruins of Amarna.
This vase of the god Bes actually shouldn't exist in Amarna. The only deity which Akhenaten allowed was Aten, the sun god. But beside and beneath him, behind closed doors you might say, the population of Amarna continued to worship a number of the old traditional gods. Anything else would have been unacceptable. If an edict from above suddenly decrees that an entire faith which has developed over 1500 years no longer exists, this simply cannot work.
Was Akhenaten's regime built on shifting sands? How long could an empire last which was founded on oppression and persecution? Akhenaten had declared himself all-powerful. Was he not threatened by envy and treachery from all quarters? In their songs of praise, they chanted, "You are the image of the living Aten." Yet what did his subjects really think? This was surely a matter of no concern to Akhenaten. Lofty and exalted, he demanded to be worshipped, inaccessible, and thus doomed to failure. In the bleak plain of Tel El Amarna, there is now no trace of the 50,000 people who once lived here. The Sun City vanished thousands of years ago. Even Akhenaten's name was obliterated from the annals.
The whole city of Amarna should be destroyed after Akhenaten, because every Egyptian worshipped Aten through him. And this is why you can even, the hands of the sun are coming to Akhenaten. And therefore, it is only Akhenaten who had the connection between Aten and the people. Then when Akhenaten died, the connection is finished. And this is why Amarna had no use.
Not until the mid-19th century did rumors of a mysterious pharaoh reach Europe. The first clues were found by the scholar Richard Lepsius. In 1842, he began to document Egypt's art treasures. At the head of a royal Prussian expedition, he traversed the land at the Nile. In his diary, he wrote about monumental rock reliefs and burial sites in central Egypt, decorated in an extremely unusual style. The mysterious pharaoh is named as their builder. A stela mentions a vast city, yet its ruins were nowhere to be seen. But the city did exist, hidden beneath the sand of many centuries. At the beginning of the 20th century, a German expedition reached Amarna. The area was systematically excavated and the finds were archived. The archaeological sensation occurred on December 6, 1912. Excited workers called the excavation leader Ludwig Borchardt. He cautiously uncovered the find and was overwhelmed by what he saw. In his diary, he noted laconically, "No good describing it. Look!" Never before had he seen anything like it. No wonder the people in Akhenaten adored Nefertiti like a goddess. And is that why nothing is known about her origins? Were her parents never named because a goddess cannot be descended from humans? Despite extensive research, scholars have found no clues to her past. Could she really have come to Egypt from a distant land? Did she bring the revolutionary belief in the one true God from her home country? Was Akhenaten a mere tool in the hands of this beguiling woman? Today we know that many princesses from the Near East lived in the pharaoh's harems. Political marriages were intended to pacify the warlike peoples in the north. The realms of the Mitanni was wedged between those of the Babylonians and the Hittites. Is that where Nefertiti was born? Mitanni faded into oblivion. Yet the chance find of a peasant woman in 1887 was to change this abruptly. In the ruins of Amarna, she discovered clay tablets with inscriptions in strange characters. Had this woman unwittingly stumbled across a treasure, or were these just worthless artifacts? Sensing a good profit, her neighbor bought the tablets from her for a few coins. But neither art dealers nor scholars were interested in the find, cuneiform script in Egypt. That had to be a primitive forgery. Nobody recognized the true value of the clay tablets. They contain the almost complete diplomatic correspondence between the pharaoh and other world potentates. Did they finally reveal something of Akhenaten's true character?